Assalamu alaikum. Each time I write inshaallah in English, people comment saying you must separate these three words in Allah and you must not write it together because it has a bad meaning. It means create Allah, and someone said this and someone said that and it's wrong and you cannot. Okay, let me explain. It's not like we don't know how to spell it. If you are writing inshaallah, which means if Allah wills, okay, in the Arabic language, if you're writing it in the Arabic language, the correct way of writing it is three separate words. Insha'Allah. So insha'Allah. And when you're saying it, you say insha'Allah. Okay? So I'm writing it in the Arabic language. The correct way of writing it is three separate words. Insha'Allah in the Arabic language. In any other language, if I am saying if Allah wills in English, I should write IF space ALLAH space WILLS. That's if Allah wills. Those are three separate words. But if I am doing what is known as a transliteration, which means it's Arabic, but I'm just writing it in another language for people to read it, I can write it anyhow, completely, for as long as it is readable to the people, legible, they can see it, they can read it. If you look at, the Malay language, they write in Sia Allah, the S-Y-A. They pronounce the S-Y the way we pronounce S-H. So they can write it how they want, for as long as when people read it, they read it insha'Allah. Because a transliteration means nothing. It is only making you read something. For example, I write Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. How should you write it? Come on. Don't get into such a silly argument. You can write B-I-S-M. You don't need to write B space, I-S-M space, A-L-L-A-H space. You just write B-I-S-M-I-L-L-A-H, Bismillah. It's okay. You don't need to separate it because it's just a translation. Sorry, a transliteration. But if you are writing it in the Arabic language, you will need to write the Ba, Sin, Mim, space, Allah, space, Ar-Rahman, space, Ar-Rahim, because that's the Arabic and that's how it should be written, okay? So I hope we don't argue with each other. Whenever you see it in the English language, please write it how you wish, for as long as it's closest to what is readable, for as long as it's closest to what you can actually, pronounce in the correct way. Some people write I-N-S-Y-A-L-L-A-H because they speak Malay. That's fine. Others might say, why did you put a Y? Because that's how they pronounce it. I came across the name Khadija. In Turkish, some people spell it H-A-T-I-C-E. I would say Hatis for that. No, it's actually Khadija. In Turkish, that's the way they write it. So what? Subhanallah, let them write it that way. There is no one correct way of writing things. When people ask me, what's the best way to write this name I want to name my child? So I would give them what I think is the best, but that's not what the whole world thinks is the best. But in the Arabic language, there's only one way of doing it because it's an Arabic name or an Arabic word or an Arabic sentence. So now people say, well, if you write it all in one, then it has a meaning, create Allah. That's wrong. It doesn't have a meaning, create Allah. No, it doesn't. Because insha'Allah means if Allah wills, insha'Allah. We all say it together, insha'Allah, insha'Allah. But we know in the Arabic it's three separate words. If Allah wills, right. How do you say create Allah? Astaghfirullah. You would say inshi, inshi. Inshi is the amr. It is the instruction, right? The command. Inshi means to create. No one says inshi Allah. They say insha'Allah. That's what it is. So I think we needed to correct this, but if you disagree with me, no problem. This is what I know and I will stick by it unless you've proven me wrong, subhanallah. As far as I know, when it comes to sarf in the Arabic language, if you know a little bit of Arabic, it comes from ansha'a yunshi'u and the amr is inshi. Thank you very much. It's not insha, okay? So may Allah make it easy for all of us. I think we should stop arguing about these things. And please, if you're writing it in Arabic, try and write it three separate words. And if you've written insha'a in one and Allah the next, although it's a mistake, but everyone knows what it means. Linguistically, it may be wrong, but it's not like kufr or something. Okay? Scholars have spoken about it to say if someone writes it this way, well, it's not kufr, and it's not something that's a serious blunder, a major sin or something. It's not even a minor sin. It's just not the best way or the most correct way of writing it from the rules of the Arabic language. But if you are writing it in another language, transliterating it from the Arabic, please write it however you feel it would be readable most accurately. May Allah make it easy. I spell it one word, I-N-S-H-A, and then a capital A, L-L-A-H, all in one. So inshaallah, that's how I write it. And I know it means if Allah wills. May Allah bless you all. I hope we've nailed a little nail on that coffin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us ease. I remember yesterday saying we don't use coffins, we use kafan. So inshallah, I hope we've enshrouded this matter in a beautiful way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That's a very interesting video by Mufti Menk. It says that do not ever write inshaallah like together. Like, well, when you look at the word inshaallah, it has 3 syllabic words. You understand, 3 syllables if you are to separate them. But I may disagree with Mufti Menk on what he is saying when he says that the inshaallah is actually an Arabic word. But when you are writing it in another language, then you can write it the way you feel, so understand, in right that they can be able to read and understand it. Now, the reason why I'm saying that I may disagree with Mufti Menk is this way. If you look at Songs of Solomon, right, which says that the name of Prophet Muhammad was translated from Muhammadin to altogether lovely in the book of Songs of Solomon chapter 18. Now, if you understand, you decide to translate this inshaallah, that's if Allah wills or if God wills or by the grace of God, or that's how we Christians put it. You translate to the language, you understand it. Now, this is what is going to happen. I feel it will generate the same kind of thing that happened in the Bible, or shall I say with Christianity, to this, because immediately we start writing things so that people can understand it in a particular language. That is where problems and confusion will start coming. And people always speak it this way. They could say, oh, Mufti Menk is a very famous man, so whatever he says is correct, and then they adapt it. You see, that's also applicable to other religions. They could say that, oh, this person is very influential, very powerful, so whatever he says is done. You see, stuff like that. So that's why I would feel like it's better to just write it how it is in the Arabic. I think it's better than teach people how to pronounce it or how to say it or how to write it will be better. But immediately we start writing it the way we feel it should be written in our various languages. This is where the propagation of the Gospels come in, and then it resulted for a lot of interpolation and a lot of errors in the Bible. Or what do you think, Nancy? Like, what do you think about all his interpretation? Not only about what I am saying though, but what do you really think? Like, and if you feel I'm not right, you know, say it.
Your own opinion, you are right. His own opinion, he's right. I so much love his.
Okay, so what's your opinion?
Okay, my opinion is that there is no rightful way of writing things.
You sure?
Okay. Don't
Right.
put it. Let me just say something. My own is that let's not be confused, like about the way they mention things, the way they spell it, or the way they. But the way they write it is very, very important. That you write it the way it's being written in Arabic. But the way they interpret it, like the way they spell it, the way they say it, may be different because of their where they are coming from, their assets. That is my own opinion. That it must be written in the same way as it was written, but the way they interpret it or the way they say it may be different.
For instance, if we look at Prophet Musa, which is Moses, right? Yeah. If you look at the Musa, like the way it's been translated or spelled, it's been spelled M-U-S-A, right? When you go to the Francophone who answer Musa, they spell it M-O-U-S-O-U. The same Musa, but they sound Muso, even though saying the same thing. If you come to like Ghana now, like how did they spell it? M-U-S-A-H. You see, when you go to some countries in the sun, you see the way they spell it in the sun is different. Like the encounter with those some guys from Burundi and all that, they spell it differently. I've also met one from Ethiopia. It's different, right? Different
Same
spelling, same meaning. But the problem is, don't you think that it will lead to some point that sometimes some people will confuse it and feel it's not the same thing? You get it here. That's why I'm of opinion that things should be written the way it is, and then that's it. Okay, since it's the same thing, then it should be spelled the same thing. So that does not mean because Haiti, Turkey decide to spell Khadija with some kind of way that means it's right because it's Turkey. No. You get it. I know that, of course, you understand. I think Turkey is an Islamic country. I don't know. Majority of them are Muslim. Do you know that that's where the tomb of Miriam is, mother of Jesus? That's where they buried her, actually, and even John too. Yeah, I mean the last apostle, John. Like, yeah. So you know, stuffs like that. So I feel that it should be done the way it's supposed to be done. That's what I think. But then, let's just see, you understand, everybody's opinion, you know, at the comment section. What do you think about this, inshaallah, or any other word? Do you think that we should write them as they are in the original version, or it can be translated to another thing? But then I want you to remember this while you are responding. Remember when the Bible was translated from Hebrew to other languages. Look at some of the damages it causes. So I would like to see your response at the comment section. Please be civil when dropping your comment. Please be civil when you're dropping your comment at the comment section. So guys, this is the end of our video. If you like our reaction, you should like, share and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, remain blessed.